All right, welcome to BS Friday. Oh my, the boys have gone to the library, have they? I didn't know you
Oh,
guys could read that stuff.
are we live?
We're live? Hey,
Live.
we're in the same room together?
Oh, I know.
What's happening here?
That is awesome.
2.5
High
years
fives and
later.
big hugs. A lot of people don't realize it. Most of us, Mark and I just met for the first time a few months ago. Sean and I have never met. However,
Soon.
we have done so much together. We feel like we're brothers in arms, even though we haven't shared any good whiskey, liquor, or shed blood together. Not yet, anyhow. Mark and I have.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, on
Right.
Tuesday, I flew in and I gave this guy the biggest hug ever because it was long overdue.
Virtual hugs for everybody. That's what I say. I love it. Oh, that's cute. How you guys want to dance? I'll turn up the music a little bit. So, listen, guys. Clearly, you're together somewhere super important where there's a lot happening. Mark, you look like you still have non-gray beard, so that means it hasn't been too stressful with all your speaking engagements. Why don't you tell everybody where you're at, what you're doing, and why Sean has to wear suspenders to remind him how to read a ruler?
Awesome. Well, happy Friday to you, Dave. Mark Willie, I'm here at PhiusCon. We are in the 312. It's been a week of education, a week of product knowledge, plenty of time to meet people. It's been 7 a.m. breakfast until whatever time the day ends. And Sean St. Amor came in from British Columbia, and we're having a great time with the PHAccelerator community, Dave.
Yeah, that's love. I love it because, when Sean gets there, we don't talk about projects. We talk about projects.
Yep,
And that's
projects. Yep.
So how has it been so far? You got a full house? Tell me a little bit about it. Tell everybody that's not there wants to know.
It's a full house, Dave. If we could pull an audible, there's people that are going to come in and come out. So can we add someone?
You can do whatever you like, man. Just have them jump in and jump out however you want to go.
Robert is with our favorite company, Rockwool.
Hey, I was just talking about Rockwool just a little bit ago about IBS here. Interesting. Hey, Robert, nice to meet you.
So this is Dave. Dave, Robert, Dave. And where did you fly in from?
I'm north of Boston, Newbury, Mass.
Newbury, Massachusetts. So I got some really good news for you, Robert. You want to hear it? I was just filming in Ohio at a manufacturing facility called Tovey. And I have drone footage of about 1,000 bins of your Rockwool in their factory getting ready to be installed. I was like, you got to get footage of that. So
we're always looking for free publicity.
Yeah. Well, nothing in this world's free, but I am. I love it. No, it was everywhere. So that's really funny that you're on the show today. I was just talking about how much Rockwool. It was like a sea of Rockwool, Mark.
It is.
So what are we looking at there? That looks different on the back side than it does on the front side.
That is the front side. So this is Cavity Rock Black for open joint rain screen. So with a integrated facer. So rather than attaching that loose scrim, saving a step. I lived on the contractor side of the world for quite some time before Rockwool, and depending on your labor source, it's something like $250 a square foot savings to have that pre-integrated facer and a black rail over having to cover it with another material.
How much a foot savings?
$2.50.
$2.50, not 250 pence or whatever they call it.
Well, the last project that I did before I came to Rockwool that was a big open joint rain screen system was 180,000 square feet. So at $250 a foot, that gives the architects some money to play with, making our place a little more sustainable, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's awesome. So really cool. So how's the show been for you so far out there?
Oh, amazing. We're gold level sponsors for PhiusCon, and we're super happy to see all the content that's here. We had Dr. Joe Seabrick show earlier today, which is always awesome. But the content here is unbeatable. Even early before the show, the pre-show panel on retrofit around the Inflation Reduction Act with Doug Farr, and it's really been amazing from the setup right through to the end here. And then we'll be having this awesome party tonight with the Accelerator folks.
Big party.
So one, I'm sorry I'm missing the big party. I'm doing a couple of shows myself, so we aren't all be in the same place. But Sean, give me your 2 cents on that rock wool. I mean, you're in this environment and you're using rock wool all the time. I'd love to hear what your thought is on this, which is I guess third-party testimonial, but obviously you like it because you don't put your name on anything that you don't like.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, we just are in the process of doing a retrofit now where we've added 6 inches of this stuff on our project. And so next couple of weeks, we'll be showcasing more about that with clay construction and kind of what we're up to. But exterior insulation, this is the go-to product right now for getting it availability and price, and for install. It's a very good product. We typically use Comfort Board 110, and right now we're either doing 2 or 4 inches of product that we get into our local market there in Vancouver. But again, lots of great opportunities with this product, especially in Vancouver, where again we've got houses near beside each other dealing with some fire rating issues. This is the answer that solves this for the Vancouver market right now.
Yeah, and we all know rock wool doesn't burn, right? You can keep a flame on it for as long as you like. I'll talk louder if you're having a hard time hearing me. And then, but what about that other side, the black side, the front side there? What is that material exactly that's on there?
That's just a fiberglass facer. So we have this for rain screen, for open joint rain screen. We also have another fiberglass face product that is for roofing applications, for fully adhered roofing systems. Yeah. And the next thing that I don't even have a piece of in my hand because it is so brandly new is front rock, which will be used in stone wool based EFIS systems. So there are a couple of manufacturer partners that we all, I think, especially in America, when the word EFS comes out of somebody's mouth, a look comes on a face. But a new way of looking at it, certainly with that substrate acting like a drainage plate instead of a sponge. Even if the details are a bit dodgy, we're probably in a better space. And certainly in terms of vapor permeability and fire resistance, a huge win. And there's a huge win. Especially in Canada, we had the Ken Sobel Tower, which was a deep energy retrofit and been profiled a bunch of times on the Accelerator, and that was also with Duroc, but a stone wool based EFIS system.
Great. So did I hear correctly, Mark, that we're going to launch that product live on our show, BS Friday? Is that what he said?
Oh yeah, it must be something along those lines.
So I don't think Robert knows this, but Rockwool's agreed to come on several times throughout 2023. We just wanted to take the time to get together in person. What I should have done, Dave, is got a bunch more of these, and then we can make a nice sound isolation booth, right?
Yeah.
Because it's lunchtime.
Totally. As you can tell, it's lunchtime at the conference here, and there's hundreds of people behind you that are in front of us. And yeah, exactly. There they are. Yeah.
Yeah. That happens to me regularly, Sean. Don't scare me like that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's great. So with Rockwool, you got some new products coming out. We know it's the best in the industry to be used. And by the way, we just came back from a European trip, and we're seeing a lot of it as well over there, which I think is great. So really appreciate you coming on and taking a few minutes to join us on the show today. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
Well, hold on. Don't go
wait,
yet.
I can't go yet.
No. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to let us know? This is where we let all the secrets out of the bag.
Any goods?
So the one thing I would say is not about as much about product as support. Rockwool has a building science department that can support your builds through a suite of technical services. So WFI, basic hydrothermal analysis, 2-point WFI passive course, 2D and 3D thermal modeling, and they're now also doing acoustic modeling because, of course, the product is pretty great at sound attenuation. Right. You can find that on our website at Rockwool Building Science, or reach out to your local Rockwool rep.
And about our class, all builders should sign up with our class.
All right,
it's something that I've got to do. Last week, I got to meet out with Omar, the Vancouver rep, and he came
Okay.
to our job site. We talked about rock wool and applications, and so I got some homework to do tonight. I got to sign up to be part of our class.
Right, and we have one of our R class reps here, Chris Jessen, who's our Minnesota rep, but we've got folks all around the U.S. and Canada, and they're reps that'll actually come out to the site, especially here in the U.S. where continuous installation is a new, newer thing, and as codes change, a lot of contractors aren't comfortable doing continuous installation packages. So really getting them with a comfort level of how to put this in place and some tips and tricks and how to avoid the pitfalls of some of the squishy spots, if you will.
Yeah, it's great to have resources. It's great to have suppliers that have the technical know-how to help out the builders with those questions that might not know 100%. Great support.
100%.
And the other piece of our class is a rebate program and kind of an entry package, a nice little goodie box with a Rockwell saber and some other fun
savers.
stuff.
Yeah,
Excellent. Well, hey, pick me up one and send it to me, would you please?
in the mail.
Yeah,
Helicopter's coming.
Will you guys be at IWBC in San Francisco this week?
Yes.
Well,
I believe
maybe
so.
I'll see you out there. Are you going to be out?
It won't be
there?
me, but
Okay.
Really good Rockwell rep.
Well, listen, we'd love to see you out there. I'll be moderating a lot of the panels and the keynotes. So tell your Rockwell person to stop by and say hello. I can show them those photos and actually the drone
cool.
footage.
I will let our rep out there, Pamela Sadler, know to look for you.
All right. Thanks so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
Dave, we have more surprises. Ready?
Yeah.
Guess who's
Hello,
here?
how's it going?
No
Hi, Dave.
way. Look who it is.
Great to see
I
you.
love it. How you doing?
I'm doing great. We're having a blast here. It's really fun.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you educating the pants off people?
I'm sorry.
Are you educating the pants off people?
Well, there are lots of people who are doing educating. I don't know if that's me, but the accelerator. This is kind of a milestone for us. We have our first printed copy of PHAccelerator magazine that's
Let me
available.
blow it up.
It's very nice. And
Let's
yeah,
see. Wow. Look at that.
resilience, restoration, and rebuilding. This conference is so much fun every year. This is, some of the greatest minds in high performance building design and construction. Last night, Michael Ingwe and I had the honor of emceeing the design awards here, and it was really inspiring to see the level of work that's now being produced from single family to new and retrofit to low rise, multifamily to high rise and commercial. These are really significant projects now that are happening in their passive house. So, we're just reflecting back on the last kind of 10 years where we all were, 10 years ago compared to now. It's just night and day. So it's really heartening to see all that great work.
Yeah, well, it is great work, and all of you and most of the people that are even at this event are all pushing it forward. You got a lot of people like myself and Mark and others that are on social media, selfishly kind of promoting all of this stuff to help it grow. And the fact that some of the states are now adopting some of this, right?
Yeah.
Massachusetts, New York, they're really taking a hard look at it. So you guys should be really, really proud of everything that you've done. I think it's amazing. And just to get the attention of a state alone is a big step forward.
Yeah, no, you're right. Policy really helps with adoption, and it allows folks to get kind of past that initial hurdle, maybe some fear around doing something new. So when there are incentive dollars or other policies that kind of help bring people along, it's really super important for market adoption. And I think we're just seeing it take off and this exponential curve happening. We started from small numbers, so we still have a long way to go, but it's really, it's fun to see this. So it's good stuff. And I think we have some more visitors here, right? So I'm gonna scoot over. We've got a couple of other great guests like Dylan Ingwe here. So Dave, thank you so much.
Really good to see you. Have fun at the show.
All right. Thank you. Take care. All right, guys.
Dylan Ingwe,
how are you doing? What's happening?
Oh no, I don't know if I can take this much Ingwe's in my life. There's too much smart happening right here.
Can there ever be enough? Come on.
Yeah.
Dylan isn't up by himself. How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going really, really well. How are you guys doing?
This has been it's been a good conference. Dylan spoke.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you, Dylan?
conference. Yeah, very exciting.
Give him like the 3 takeaways from your talk. Go. You
Yeah,
gotta go
step
close.
up closer to the mic.
Yeah, so
Right out
basically,
there.
the gist of my talk was a kind of a 3-step plan to cater more to my generation in terms of passive house and how we can really scale and blow this up. So the first thing we need to do is put our money where our mouth is and start advertising like crazy. We need to keep it short and simple and just put it all out there. The second is we need to prioritize it within the climate community because especially in urban areas like New York, it's a really big issue. And although it's, I think it's about 40% of emissions globally, in New York it's 70%, which is a lot. So when you're talking about climate change, you really have to prioritize passive house, and we know why. We have the stats and we have to spread them. And then the third and final step is scale it like crazy. We need to have it all ready because if we, pump all this out there and have it all, isn't ready enough, that's not good enough. We need to be ready for all of this to just blow up overnight because that's what we really need to do. And that's the 3-step plan.
Where do you get all this? Do you get all this from your dad? Like, how does this just come out? You're natural at it.
Yeah. He didn't answer. It's all from me.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Hey, well, listen, you need a retirement plan, don't you?
There you go. Hey, so
Work on it.
It's been a really good conference. Zach's killing on the accelerator. He showed you the magazine. This is pretty freaking cool. And then John, who I'm going to introduce in a second, launched Source here at the conference. So Source 2050, I've wanted the marketplace for a while, and then putting on my back Think We Architects hat. The talks at the conference have just been phenomenal. So again, you leave these conferences with like really good actionable items, not just from the talks, which have been good, but also just the side conversations. You hear about stuff, but I'm pretty excited about Source 2050. I'll let John take it. Bye, guys.
So hold on 1 second. 1 second. Go back.
Yep.
Dylan, where's Dylan at?
He's right there.
Hey,
He's not going
Dylan,
anywhere.
listen, I know you have some of your own channels, what do they call it? The Cord or something. Where do people find you and join your conversation? Because I know you're very big on social.
People can find me on LinkedIn. You can also find me on Instagram. The Discord server for the accelerator, I do check that still. So if people want to contact me there, that's also great. But yeah, just feel free to connect me through whatever social media I'm around, and I want to keep the conversation going.
Excellent. Well, good. We need more people like you in this industry. So well done, young man.
Thank you.
Have a good one, man.
Hey,
Later.
Good to see you. All right, that's the Inguise.
On to John.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. John, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're launching big things at PhiusCon. I want to know all about it.
Yes. So Source 2050 is a multi-vendor marketplace for passive house projects for materials. We've been working on it for 18 months or so, talking to vendors, talking to architects, contractors, installers, everyone in the process to figure out what's the worst part of your job, what's inefficient about finding products and getting them to your job sites. And so we've just taken all that feedback and built out a marketplace that has some great vendors on board. We're really focusing on the envelope, the products that you need for the envelope. We've spent the time of really pulling out all the data from the products into filters. So you can go into like the membranes and put in your fire rating, application process, your certifications, whatever it is that you need for your product and your project, and it'll limit the selection down to those products that actually match. And then what's really got a lot of great feedback from the architects here is you can purchase it directly, or you can add it to a spec list, which is 123 Main Street. Here are all the products that I want to be used in that project. So when you as the architect are handing your drawings to your contractor, you're also giving them that link, and they can go on that link and find all the products that you're asking them to use on those projects, where they're available, how much they cost, and how quickly they can get there. So really closing the gap between specifying and sourcing.
Sure. John, what's your background?
My background was an IP attorney for about a dozen years. I started working with tech companies in the built environment. Really got interested in what technology could do for the future of the built environment and the green economy. And did my own house to passive house specs. Learned a lot about passive house in that process. And really became a quick convert. Wanted to see the technology be adopted more broadly. And started working with Michael, my co-founder, on where there were inefficiencies, and we identified really quickly that skills was going to be super important, and that conversation is sort of what led to the accelerator. Zach came on board and has done amazing work with the accelerator to address skills, to get trade knowledge from one trade to the next, and then the other was sourcing. There's going to have to be a better way to get these kind of materials to job sites, to find them, compare them, and do end-to-end delivery as well. That last mile is super important for project site management. So that's how I got involved, and Michael and I have been working on it for the last 18 months, and finally we're standing at the starting line today.
That's awesome. I mean, you know what? This is what's changing the industry. New ideas, new tech coming to the market. How do people get a hold of, how do they find out more about this? Tell the people in the audience, like, well, how do I get that magazine? How do I get that, website? What is it?
So we're right at source2050.com. Real simple. We're live. We're live today. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, listen, that's awesome, John. Thank you so much for stepping in. It's nice to see you, meet you, and all the other stuff. Make sure Mark and those guys don't drink too much tonight. I know there's a big party.
Well,
you got to watch him sometimes.
There's a lot of things you're asking for. That's going to be the top of the list as far as difficulty, I think.
Yeah, it definitely will be the top of the list.
But he's here now, so I'm going to hand you off to him. But thanks very much. It's great talking with you.
Yeah, you too. Congratulations. No way.
Hello, Dave Cooper. How are you?
I am doing well. What is new in your world, man?
Hey, great to see you again, Dave. Alex Degangi from Minute here. Really had a great time with you and Mark. I don't know, 2 years ago. I don't remember. It was at the beginning of BS Fridays. Anyhow, so just want to say hi here, live from Chicago. At the PhiusCon 2022, and a lot of great stuff going on for us. We're about to open a second assembly plant next year because we're too much in demand. We just announced a refurbishment program. Yes, we think the only manufacturer in North America, if not in the world, who just announced a refurbishment program to permit refurbishment of our machines because they are made of aluminum, copper, and stainless steel. And we hope that if we're still able to get the parts for our machines in 10, 15 years from now, at the end of a normal lifespan of our units, because they're fully indoors, being all-in-one HVACD units with no outside unit. Well, we hope to be able to refurbish those units, for about half the cost of a brand new machine. So that is sustainability, right? We have to do that. Why waste a fantastic box of aluminum, and stainless steel and copper, just like airplanes made of aluminum and copper and stainless steel. Right. You just change the rotating parts and you still have the right to fly, right? So so that's pretty much the news.
Well, here's what I want you to do. Give your elevator pitch for those that don't know you, those that don't know what Minute Air is. Why don't you give us the 30-second pitch?
All right. So Minute Air is a Quebec-based manufacturer sitting throughout North America, and we are the leader in what we call all-in-one HVACD systems, meaning that it's a machine that takes care of 5 things. Fresh air with the highest heat recovery numbers ever seen, certified by the HVI. Heating and cooling, because they are heat pump based, so 100% electric and carbon reducing. We do dehumidification, very effective dehumidification. And finally, standard in all our machines, medical grade HEPA MERV 15 filters, meaning that we capture about 90% of the wildfire smoke particles with those machines. We've got customers on the Pacific Northwest drooling about our units, So this is what we do. It's either good for single family homes or, more importantly, in our case, multifamily, So it's a unitized concept, one machine per apartment. Actually, we were doing some work with a great prefab manufacturer in Portland, Oregon, where they're going to install one machine per apartment in their modules, So a lot of traction. Thank you for your support in the past and right now. And so that's the 30-second elevator.
I love it. Well, when you get ready to do those units in Portland, let me know, because offsite construction's my world. Maybe we can find a way and come out there and cover some publicity on that and check it all out, because I think it's a big deal that you're
Would love to do that.
These now.
Would love to do that to help educate people, and help, and we're doing our fair share to help building better, in the more sustainable way possible.
Alexandra, thank you so much, man. It's so good to see you.
Dave,
you're always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you for your good work, you and the rest of your crew. Thanks. Take care. Au revoir.
Yeah. All right. Who knows what's? Oh no, not the back. Is that Passive purple brush. I thought he was going to put up the PHU, the fuck off.
Hey, how's it
Fuck
going,
off.
mate?
What's
You all
up,
right?
fellas? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. We thought we'd pop over to give these guys some support. The Source 2050 lot.
Yeah, and how's the show going for you guys? Good?
Yeah, how you doing, Dave? You right? Busy.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
really
It's great to
busy.
see both of you.
Yeah,
You putting
really
them in headlocks? The folks that aren't using your product, you have them in headlocks there?
What's that? Sorry, it's so hard.
I said the people that are not using passive purple, or do you put them in a headlock and tell them you're going to feed them to the goats?
That's what Alex is here for, the enforcer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, turning every house purple one at a time, mate. You know how it is.
Right. So listen, tell everybody real quick. You don't just have the passive purple. You have several products. Let everybody know what you do. If you haven't been able to tell, they speak proper English. They're from England, so just
I
so
wouldn't
we
say
know what
it's
that.
proper English, but it's somewhere in the middle there, mate. So we do, we're intelligent applied membranes. So we do internal vapor control. We do external vapor control. So we do both breathable and non-breathable membranes. We do waterproofing membranes, and we also do protection membranes. So you can install your windows. We've got spray protection. You can spray on it, leave it for 2 years, peel it off, and you've got a brand new window. And then we also have our charity range of protection, which is called Fuck Off Cancer. And that name's good for the person who runs just up behind me, which is Bob Kelly. So
I don't know the flashing guy.
We've been staying with him for 2 days. No, 2 days for the last week, and I think he's nearly killed me. So
these guys are lovely boys. I'm going to adopt them.
How you doing, Bob? Good to see you.
Oh, it's great, Dave. Good to see you.
Yeah. Best flashing guy in the world.
We're on good hands.
So tell me, are you guys learning anything while you're there, or are you just having a good time?
Oh, we're learning a lot, and we're having a great time.
Yeah.
We've done the basketball, we've done the hockey.
Have you?
We've done every bar.
We've been putting our VOC-free water-based membrane stickers all over the place. So
that's awesome. And how long are you guys here till?
Just till the weekend, and then I think it's either off home or up to LA for a bit, and then we'll come back.
So. We'll be in San Francisco next week at the big conference, IWBC. There's 30,000 people. It's the Greenbuild Conference.
Oh,
I'm surprised you're not there.
I wanted to go, but I can't. I've got a charity event back in the UK, so the Pink Ribbon charity event. So everyone go the 9th of November. A little bit of a plug there.
Perfect.
Tell them what you do.
Oh, well, I mean, I get a spot here. No, we've been teaching
go ahead,
people.
Bob.
Okay, we've been teaching a lot of people about venting masonry buildings. Got to keep them dry so we can keep the rot at bay.
All right, listen. Your problem is you're just too nice. The reality of it is, Bob Kelly is probably the foremost expert in flashing to keep water out of buildings and remediate water in buildings and fix other people's mistakes. That's basically what you do for a living, and help others not make the same mistakes. So if you want to train your teams on how to do flashing, you're really the guy to go to. Am I wrong?
Thanks, Dave. You're the best.
Don't worry. I'll give you my address.
Okay. We'll write the check right away.
I love it. All right. So the passive
We're going to hand you over
stuff.
to a real legends now. Well,
Yes.
a couple of legends.
Yeah. Well, good to see both of you.
remember, everyone, passive purple, liquid applied airtight membranes.
Properly said.
Wickright General Contracting and Ventilation Products.
Yeah. What's up in it,
Hey,
fellas?
Dave, how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's going well. How you guys doing?
Oh, having a great time here. We're spending lots of time with a bunch of really smart people looking to change things and build passive, right?
Yeah, for sure. So tell everybody about what you guys do.
Go for it.
I'm with Innotech Windows and Doors, so we build ultra high performance windows. And here at the show, we're debuting our brand new, just certified last week, cold climate window. So super excited about that.
My name's Connor Malloy. Sorry, go
that's
for
all right. Where's Innotech out of?
We're out of Vancouver, BC. So
there you go.
North American manufacturers, and here representing the so-called greenest city crowd.
That's it. American made. I got it. All right. What about you?
So, Connor Malloy, I'm a builder and educator in Toronto. I teach at George Brown College, teaching carpenters how to design residential homes, build better, and build to passive standards. and really get hands-on with assemblies. And it's been great to be down here. We've been teaching virtually in Ontario for 30 months, and this is the first time meeting a bunch of colleagues that I've met online for the last 2 years, and it's been a wonderful conference and a great place to come down to.
So you've been teaching virtually carpentry online?
Yeah, Ontario had the longest lockdowns, I think, in a lot of North America. So I was teaching at home virtually from March 2020 until August 2022.
That's awesome. Did you turn that into like a sellable course? I mean, you've pretty much figured it out then.
I absolutely could, except the school takes all my revenue.
Ah, see, that's not fair.
It's okay. It's all learning and benefit students, so I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have your students on the show one of these days. You know, we love working with
Dave.
Matt Bloomquist and the students. It'd be great to showcase what you're doing.
Absolutely. I would love to do it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Perfect. And how do people follow what you're doing?
So you can find me on Instagram at Design Build Educate. And if you know a student, are a student, or teach students, we also lead something called the Wall Assembly Competition, which you can learn about at wallassembly.com. It's a building science competition for designers, skilled trade students, or architects. It's free to enter. And last year we had over $20,000 US in prizes, and all due to great sponsors to help support student learning. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Didn't a high school or somebody win that last year?
Yes. So the first year was won by a high school student. The second year was won by a high school student who is 16 at the time. And last year, a high school student placed second and third. Beat out my school, beat out universities, beat out building science master students. So it's not about age or education. It really is about ideas and simplicity of how you present an assembly.
Well, that's super cool. Well, we appreciate everything you do, and we appreciate teaching the next generation is such a big deal, and meeting them where they're at's a big deal, and a lot of them really do want to do better for our planet and our environment, and that's a win.
100%. You got it, Dave.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks.
Brought some Canadians down with me, Vancouver, Toronto. We have another interesting gentleman. Come on in, Cy. So, Cy Safi, when we're looking at doing high performance builds, it's exciting to have developers. And then this individual is like everything. Every time I turn around with what Cy's up to, he's either manufacturing, supplying, educating, developing. What do you not do, Cy? Sorry, Cy, Dave, Cy.
Nice to meet you, Cy.
Great to meet you.
You as well.
Well, let's see. What don't I do? Probably sleep.
Especially at a
take
conference.
Much time for myself, so that's about it.
So, where are you from?
I'm originally from Kentucky, and and so I went to school at the University of Cincinnati. I went there to play football, did engineering because I grew up in construction. I was like, how does this stuff stay together? And how does this all get put together? Then my curiosity stuck with me. And so after working for a very large commercial contractor and construction management, got very tiring getting blamed for all the lack of performance. And that's when I started 16 years ago, started Uber Green Spaces and Homes.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so, from there, you're right. We're doing a bunch of things because when you're interested in this and you really want to improve, you just go where your interests are and your passions are. And if you have good intentions to make things right, then you find great people like you.
Yeah. Well, and it's amazing. You were just involved in it. So Dave loves offsite construction. So you were just involved in an offsite built here in Chicago with Tom Basadilli.
Yes. Yeah, that was awesome. So we talked on your all's show. It was really cool because we were supposed to be the builder for it, the CPHB in Kentucky. Tom, the architect, is here in Chicago. And when the pandemic happened, obviously prices went up. The homeowners couldn't afford it, but we gave them options because we self-perform a lot of our work. I'm a CPHC, a CPHB, and so for years we've gotten a lot of experience hands-on, and we're like our own subcontractor that we're able to offer the homeowner support. And it turned out that he had great drawings, obviously because of Tom Basadilli. And he was able to use that, but with our support to be able to consult him. And then we also prefabricated all of his walls for him. It was amazing that he's like, we're like on call to put them up because framers sometimes get a little threatened, think you're taking their work away.
Right.
And then like when they see like a layered wall, a passive house wall, they might get a little intimidated too. But in this scenario, they received the first floor walls and we waited to hear that call. I was like, I had our crew ready to go, and I was ready to go. It didn't get that call. They put it up in a day. I was like, whoa, okay, that's great. How'd it go? Great, no questions. Like, okay.
Send the next floor.
Then they put the next deck on, and then they asked us, send the next floor. And I was like, you guys need us? No, we're good. So it was pretty amazing how it worked. And so now we're seeing that like a lot more people, thanks to you all and Phius, are coming into this into high performance building. And so a lot of our colleagues really want to do this, or at least they're getting approached by a lot of homeowners or building owners that want this, but they can't find the right builder or designer or sub or whatever. And like, we feel like now, since we're getting called on by our colleagues, we're filling that gap. And I think that for us to be able to scale this and to be able to do more volume of this and get it more mainstream, we have to now shift our role from doing turnkey to being more involved on other teams and supplementing those spots that are missing, essentially.
Yeah, you being agile in all the different markets is great. So how many Phius conferences have you been to in your career? I mean, I know it's been this is my last one I went to was Seattle in 2017.
Okay.
So I've had a bit of a gap, but how has it been so far for you as well to be back to conferences?
Oh gosh, I love it, man. I mean, this is what keeps me motivated, keeps me fresh with new ideas, because if you're really interested in high performance building and design, you're going to always seek out new information. And I think most of the people here are just so genuine and open and very generous with their time and with just chopping it up about experiences, things they use, sharing information. Like, it's just so awesome. That's like so open sourced that I was able to learn so much from a lot of people just by hanging out,
being
and
talking, being a fly on the wall.
And so that's what we're trying to do too, is just help people as much as we can, outside of any kind of projects we might be involved with.
And how can people find you?
They can find us online. We're at Uber Green Spaces, UberGreenSpaces. So I gotta say it because
hey, I know.
So it's like the ride share. But so that's on Instagram or ubergreenspaces.com. Or if they looked on Phius's website, I'm a CPHC and a CPHB, so you can find me there if you're looking for a professional. But we'd love to. We love this. We absolutely love it, and we'd love to help out and just make a difference.
Well, we appreciate you wearing different hats.
Thank you.
Again, being a developer is key. A lot of these buildings or a lot of these projects don't go through without the money.
That's
and the
true.
fact that you've been able to figure that out and then have the passion and then the resources, the fact that you provide all these different layers to the puzzle whenever the clients you choose, and the fact that you're vetting out and getting good clients to create good buildings. It's a great story.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we say developer. I think that if we're in a position of being able to make decisions, developer or an owner or a key player on a team, that's where we're going to be able to make a difference. And that's kind of why we went into development, is because it allows us to make those decisions early on and up front. And we're noticing as developers, to get these very high volume projects done, there's not a lot of high volume designers out there. So that's why we got Tim McDonald as our design architect.
So great.
On big projects. So it's pretty awesome. I love the way it's going.
So that's great. We're going to have another candidate because again, time is
Time is ticking.
Always a pleasure.
All right.
Good to meet you, Cy.
Do we have someone else?
Okay.
We've got someone else to come in here. I'm going to let them take over.
Hi, Dave.
Hey there. How you doing?
Good. Doing well. Joe with Insight Property Services here for everybody else. Picking up new bits of knowledge at the Passive House conference here. So making it easier for me to help out all those existing homeowners I deal with.
Yeah. Tell everybody what you do and where you do it.
It's a little hard to hear, but
tell everybody what you do and where you do it. Can you tell everybody what do you do? Tell everybody.
We do residential building consulting and inspections, and we also do BPI training for contractors and consultants. So we are helping people make homes better, one house at a time. We got about 3.5 million of them in Chicago that need work, so we're working at it.
You're busy.
Very busy. The job won't be done as long as I'm doing it. So we gotta do what we can, and then train the next generation, the next group of guys.
Yeah, for sure. And what's the most exciting thing that you've seen or learned at the accelerator or at the conference?
I would say the
PhiusCon.
most exciting thing is, and it's not even anything that's going to affect us, but seeing the panelized exterior insulation systems that are going to go on to existing multi-unit buildings. You can't kick everybody out and rehab the units and insulate to the interior. So putting on exterior insulation systems is really the most practical way that you're going to improve the myriad of masonry buildings that are out there. There's no cavities to insulate, and you're not going to steal interior space. So you basically have to put a big koozie around the outside of the building.
Yeah, is that koozie just insulation, or does it also have mechanicals like air and
there's a lot of variation. So the simplest version is insulation, but other ones have
Full finished facade.
Yeah, full finished facade. They have service channels in there, so they may be running mechanicals, ventilation systems, those kind of things. New electrical for PV, refrigerant lines for variable refrigerant flow systems. So we saw a lot of really interesting solutions to a lot of challenging problems.
Fresh air.
Your fresh air, systems, your ventilation systems being incorporated into those spaces. And I kind of, when I saw that, I thought I kind of have it easy dealing with single family homes, because these multifamily projects are a unique set of challenges. But that's where we have a huge number of housing units, and so we can't forget them. They're part of the solution.
Yeah, they are part of the solution. So, hey, listen, it takes everything from new construction and retrofitting the tens of millions and millions of buildings and houses that are already out there, because we're not ripping them all down. That's for sure.
No, sir.
Yeah. But you're the guy that can help us make it better. You're like the doctor.
That's it. Awesome. We got to figure out what ails the house and put together the prescription for them one at a time.
Love it. Well, good to see you. Thanks for hopping in.
Good to see you, Dave.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Mark.
Dave, we have a special surprise for you. Just
for me.
Just for you.
Oh man, I'm excited. I like surprises.
I got a magic rope.
No way, Etienne. What's up, brother?
Hey, Dave. How is it going? Hey, everyone.
Right, so I was just working on something for you a little bit earlier again today. I got an email. I had to spill the beans on what I thought about you.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Dave, are you going to be in San Francisco next week by any chance?
I am not only going to be there, I'm moderating most of the keynotes as well as a lot of the panels. So I will be at the Industrialized Wood-Based Conference. I'm glad you brought it up, because look what I have, Etienne. I got $100 off for anybody who wants to go. That's pretty cool, right?
That's amazing.
$100 off if you want to go. Yeah.
Well, I'm already signed up, but I take $100 if that still works.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to ask Art about that. That might be tough.
Yeah.
So how's it going for you, Etienne?
It's going super well. It's you've been with us last year in Tarrytown, New York, and the crowd is fantastic. Now it's even more urgent than ever to really address the climate crisis we are in, and in particular, the energy dependency on fossil fuels. We had an amazing keynote speak by Andreas Holm, which is a researcher that consults with the German government. And in Europe, we have a huge crisis, as you know, due to the Ukraine war. So it really opened up my eyes that we need to transition our energy source, our energy supply. And therefore, I feel energized. The purpose got reignited, another firework that happened. And it's really amazing to see. This conference is 600 people strong right now. It's a growing movement. I'm really, really excited. And, if you haven't checked it out, do it now. This is the future, and we need to move fast. So you know me, Dave. I love this. This gives a lot of purpose to my life, and I think once people start to look into it more, it will give more purpose to theirs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, everybody, if you don't know Etienne Gubler, CEO, Sega North America, not only is he a hard worker, but you have grown the North American market, to a large scale. And I just think the world should know that you have taken something here in America that comes from your home country, right, of Switzerland, brought it here to help us build it better. And you build a team of people because it's your team that helps everybody become successful. So congratulations on that, first and foremost. And second, dude, you're looking good with the facial hair.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, how are you?
Great. Having a blast at PhiusCon. How are you? We miss
I'm
you.
not having a blast at PhiusCon, but I wish I was.
Me too. I wish you were here. We miss you.
I said the same thing. Give him a hard time. Well, Dave, I see you
let's
next.
give him a hard time. Let's roast him.
I see you next week, Dave.
We're done with this for a second. Yeah, man. Yeah. Tons of members.
I'm getting out of here, Dave. These guys are.
That's controversy. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, takeover show. See ya. All right. What's next on the show?
Was that a surprise?
I see Sean walking around with his camera. Should I put him on?
Yeah, put him up, please. Look at that, Dave.
There we are. All right. Let me see if I can look, Mark. I got some new skills here. Maybe. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
There we go. How's that for new skills?
Look at that. Look at that booth, Dave.
Yeah, Source 2050. Those guys just jumped in and took Etienne away. I hope he's okay.
They took Etienne away.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. You got to watch out for those English guys. Look at the food; looks amazing.
Oh, Dave, there's hundreds of people here. I can't tell you how many presentations, but it's so good to connect. That's Elsa Bales.
Yeah.
I could do the play-by-play.
It's definitely grown. It wasn't so big. I mean, it was good size in Terrytown, but this is a lot bigger. I can already tell. And of course, that was just coming out of COVID, so that was kind of a start.
Yeah, very difficult to pull that off. And, we've been here all week. So this is the Friday final day, and no one's taken down their booths.
Right.
Everyone's eating lunch, right? Blueprint Robotics, that was that booth, Dave. They were here presenting.
Yeah, it's hard to see. We're losing some signal here, Sean. So can you gotta stick a hanger in your phone so we can get a better reception.
Yeah, well, I think he's moving so fast that it's pixelating.
Yeah, for sure.
So next week, we'll just keep Sean on. Next week, what days are you at the Greenville, Dave?
Yeah, so I'm out at Greenville pretty much. I'll get in on the 1st and I leave on the 4th. So what is that, Monday or Tuesday through Friday, I think it is. I got to look exactly. I just got back from Ohio.
Oh, Dave just went out. So Dave just lost signal, folks. And Sean is back. Dave.
Something changed on my end. That's a different view for everybody there.
So
can you hear me?
We could hear you loud and clear.
Great.
I wish you a safe trip to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Have fun with the kids this weekend. And Sean and I have to eat lunch because our presentation starts in 4 minutes.
How many presentations have you done?
I've done 3 that I forgot about already.
I love it. Good for you. I bet it went well. All right. Well, listen, guys. Let me just put it up here one more time. $100 off of IWBCC. If you still want to go, Dave Cooper live, Mark from BS Friday. We're saving you $100 off to go to IWBCC and the Greenville. That's $100. Damn, that's $100.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Guess what? Anyone that signs up and sees Dave at Greenville can watch the show for free every Friday for the next year.
I like it.
There you go. Also, one last thing, Mark. We got to say a couple quick hellos, all right? You got Chad Furley that said, hey, Mark, what's happening? I bet this guy's actually with you. Andrew, he says, cool place. My mom says hello, even though she says hi from Moon. She means hi from Mom.
Hi, Mrs. Cooper.
Henry Mickelberg is out there, said there's no faster learning curve than building your own passive house.
Henry, that's faster with a PH. Get it right, brother.
Oh, I know. He will. Be careful what you ask for. Great job coming from Greg Ugaldi. We need Greg and his support at the National Association of Home Builders. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Peter Molinar says hello as well. And I know there's some more in there, and we'll get to that. I know you got to go eat, go do your presentation. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for bringing all these great people on today.
Thank you, Dave. Have a blessed weekend.
All right, virtual high fives. Love it. We'll see y'all. Bye now.